No amount of dumb fuck rent control is going to magically make a place more affordable or livable by a whole bunch of other people. You're talking about who deserves how much money? That makes it sound like you hate billionaires more than you love poor people. If you watch stuff with subtitles, you are barely enjoying film, okay? Is there like an easy thing where you can look and see how much cash on hand these guys have? I absolutely and 100% unequivocally disavow anybody that files fake DMCAs, and then now he fucking hates me again. That's basically where our relationship is at right now. Like, if somebody walked up and killed me while I was asleep, like, I wouldn't know the fucking difference. Like, it doesn't really mess with me at all, right? Like, I'm dead. My destiny is wrong on the idea that building of additional housing will lower rent. This conjecture is cringe as holy shit, this guy has no background. He's pulling this from somewhere else, but we'll read it. I don't understand this call at the end. We need something else. Okay. What I am saying is that we don't need a market answer to this problem. We need something else. A solution which doesn't call for magical market miracles to take place. When you call, first of all, see ya. When you call anything a magical market miracle, like, it's very easy to turn that around and be like, oh, okay, well, what about a magical government miracle? No amount of dumb rent control is going to magically make a place more affordable or livable by a whole bunch of other people. All it does is it gives preferential treatment to the people already there. That's all it does. If you want to do something about housing, you gotta build more houses. That's it. There is no shortcut around it. Will building a ton of housing immediately lower the cost of rent for everybody there? Probably not. It probably will take a while. And you know what? I don't even know if that's possible because there's so many people that want to move into an area, right? However, you can zone for different types of housing, right? We can observe that there is a filter effect. However, that filter effect may eventually help lower rents decades later. These units may still not be affordable to low-income households. Depending on the markets you're talking about, there are certain areas that I would never expect low-income people to live in, right? So I don't know which areas that these guys are analyzing, but if we're talking like San Francisco or Vancouver or something, then like, no, I wouldn't expect low-income people to ever be able to live like in downtown San Francisco. No amount of filtering effect. They don't belong there. They shouldn't be. These are the most expensive places to live in the world. There's no good argument for saying that like every single type of person should be able to live in every single spot of this planet at any single period in time. That's an insanely fucking stupid way to approach anything. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh, fuck. Yeah, and so this guy, did this guy leave it? I don't really want to dig through this guy's dumb shit, but we find that increasing the housing stock in the most expensive neighborhoods by 5% would only reduce equilibrium rents in those neighborhoods by less than 0.5%. Fuck, that's not even that surprising also. The most expensive neighborhoods, the implied rent elasticity is therefore quite low. Well, in these neighborhoods, or are you going to extrapolate that to all neighborhoods? God damn, dude. Why are people so financially fucking illiterate? If you can't afford an area, fucking leave. Just move. Like, literally, lol, move. Like, why would you struggle and kill yourself to stay in a fucking area that you can't afford? Find a cheaper area to live in. What the fuck? This is like one of the only times where like the just move forehead argument like actually applies. If you can't live in an area, if you can't afford it, then get the fuck out. Leave. Go somewhere you can afford. Not everybody has to live in the most expensive areas of because maybe you love that area, then go to fucking school, go become a millionaire, whatever the fuck you do. Just because you love an area, like, wow, I love fucking downtown San Francisco. Every fucking person in the world should be able to live there. That, like, it sounds great in concept, but you know what? I bet everybody also loves Lamborghinis. Should we start government funding to afford Lamborghinis to every single citizen too? I think transportation and cars are somewhat of a basic right, that people should have access to transportation. Doesn't mean everybody needs a fucking Lambo, right? Much the same with houses. Like, housing is pretty fucking important. We shouldn't have homeless people. Doesn't mean that everybody has to live on the fucking strip in Vegas or downtown fucking San Francisco or downtown fucking LA or in downtown Vancouver or Toronto or New York City. Like, these places don't, like, there are other places to live in. Fucking move an hour away. Like, fuck. There can't be there's never going to be affordable housing in every single place, the same way there's never going to be an affordable Lamborghini. I think that housing policy, that should be the first episode that I do in my thing, since we spent so much time on it. Since I've been in this dumb fuck state where you guys have the worst housing policies I've ever heard of in my entire life. Because poor people are so fucking financially illiterate. They're sitting on a gold mine of cash that they're too stupid to liquidate and fucking leave. But instead they want to sit in their shitty, dilapidated, fucking disgusting houses that somehow is worth 750 grand because of the land on it. And they're too fucking dumb to just sell it and leave, that they want to actually fuck the tax system of the whole state up because they're so stupid. I can't even, it's like the most People in California have the most first world housing problems I've ever heard of in my entire life. My asset is appreciated so much, I can't even afford the taxes on it anymore. Oh my God, it's insane. Fucking sell it and leave then, you dumb fuck. Just fucking leave. Sell it and leave. Holy shit. I've got a better idea. Let's get rid of property taxes. What? What is wrong with you? Don't you think it's kind of shitty to just tell people who've been living there for years to just move because of rising cost of inflation and gentrification? You're right, that is shitty. The alternative should be that you should tell somebody that not only do they have a right to live there into perpetuity, their children should have a right to live there too. In fact, I don't even think we should have a sovereign United States anymore. I think that every individual that lives in a house, that should be their sovereign fucking property. They should be able to hire private militia to guard that property for into the rest of existence. Like, it sounds like even this paper is recommending the creation of more housing. At the regional level, both market rate and subsidized housing reduce displacement pressures, but subsidized housing has over double the impact of market rate units. Market rate production is associated with higher housing cost burden for low-income households. So if you produce houses that are in demand that people want, sure, but lower median rents in subsequent decades. So we have a long-term positive effect. We've got an understandable short-term effect. At the local block group level in San Francisco, neither market rate nor subsidized housing production has the protective power they do at the regional scale, likely due to the extreme mismatch between demand and supply. Although more detailed analysis is needed to clarify the complex relationship between development, affordability, and displacement at the local level, this research implies the importance of not only increasing production of subsidized and market rate housing in California's coastal communities, but also investing in the preservation of housing affordability and stabilizing vulnerable communities.
So the socialists aren't allowed to steal it from them in the revolution.
I guess you could argue, I wonder if by housing affordability, maybe they imply a rent control. Real question though, how do you go about solving the homeless problem though? Homeless population in San Francisco, the new cheap housing. Homeless problems are have to be tackled on multiple different levels. There's multiple different systems that have to be reworked to deal with homelessness. One is some form of mental health assistance. Because I think it's twice as many homeless people have mental disabilities compared to normal non-homeless people, I guess. Some sort of rework of our incarceration system where we need to not stigmatize people that go to jail so much so that it's easier for them to find work or jobs after coming out of prison. And then
it's been one whole year, my dude. Also fuck Twitch chat. Wowie.
Some other form of assistance. So I don't know if it's provided housing or what, or Section 8, some other form of assistance to homeless people. The United States having homeless people is one of the most insanely embarrassing fucking things about this country. It is absolutely fucking disgusting that in the United States there are homeless people. It is one of the worst things about this country, easily. It is absolutely fucking disgusting that in a country with this much wealth that you can go to any major city and find people walking on the fucking street screaming at people because they're literally fucking out of their mind insane. That is unbelievable to me. That is unbelievable to me. I can't imagine working in government, being a vet, being anybody that says how much they love the country or pledge of whatever bullshit allegiance, whatever, any of that shit, and being okay with the homeless situation going on in this country. It is unbelievable. We have a ton of fucking space in this country that's uninhabited. We've got a lot of wealth here. Aren't there homeless people in every Western country? I'm pretty sure in LA, in the United States especially, it's on a way different level than other countries. This might be biased, but from the friends that I have in Sweden and the friends that I have in Germany, they tell me that if people are homeless, they're doing a whole bunch wrong because in these places you really should never be homeless.
Subbing to Vacation Andy.
Maybe there are other countries it's fucked or whatever, but I guess there is a higher percentage of homeless people in some European countries. Still fucked in the U.S.
Destiny,
maybe in the U.S. it's more noticeable. I don't know. Maybe it's more noticeable in the U.S. because they all congregate in one or two places, I guess, or it seems like they all congregate in the cities more. Would more fluctuation in the housing market be a good thing, i.e. people buy and sell houses more often? Yeah, I mean, I think that more, would we say liquidity? What in stocks we refer to this as higher volume or lower margins. What would the ability to buy and sell easier? We would say that's an increase in liquidity, but I don't know if I would say that here. But I think that being able to buy and sell and move in and out of homes quicker to adapt to changing life situations is good. We should want that. The idea that a person should live in one area forever is bad. We don't want that. That sounds like an inefficient way to allocate any resource. Destiny, you are projecting your own relatively unstable, you mean, life and lifestyle onto others. Okay. You know about no one deserves to live in a certain part of town, I agree, but don't you think that may lead to a mismatch between low-wage jobs and rent in high-rent parts of town? Then zone for fucking zone for low-income housing. Or make those places pay higher wages so that people can afford to live there. Something's gonna have to happen. People that own companies aren't gonna, like, not want to have any fucking restaurants around or some shit, right? This idea that there should be no billionaires is really fucking weird. It's a pretty stupid fucking approach to anything, but okay. Why is the idea of no billionaires bad? No individual deserves that amount of money when there are others who are homeless. That idea, talking about who deserves how much money, that makes it sound like you hate billionaires more than you love poor people. Like, your goal should be, we should have fully funded social programs to take care of, like, poor people or to take care of people that need, like, certain needs met. Like, that should be your goal. The idea, like, there should be no billionaire. Like, hold on, what, do you care about any of this shit, or you just really fucking hate rich people? Like, it sounds really fucking weird. Like, it sounds really gross to me. What about no one needs that amount of money? What do you mean? We don't dictate things in society based on what people need. What do you mean? No one needs to watch streams for 6 hours a day. Nobody needs a GTX 2080. Nobody needs an i7, you know, whatever processor. Nobody needs a fucking Corvette. Nobody needs, like, a piano that's worth more than $1,000. What do you mean? We don't dictate things in society this way. This isn't the fucking USSR. What the fuck? That's not how we make decisions here. Fuck out of here with that shit. It's a really fucking weird way to delegate things to society. I don't need fucking Vosh telling me, you know, what's going to be allocated to me at my weekly fucking community meetings. How about the idea that a lot of the money really goes unused? What money goes unused? What do you mean? That's not how money works. Turn on the subtitles? No. Get used to watching shit without subtitles. Okay? Subtitles are a cancer on online internet users. Here's my hot take of the day. If you watch stuff with subtitles, you are barely enjoying film, okay? If you have poisoned your mind, and I know there are a lot of you out there, I know this is hard to hear, okay? If you have poisoned your mind into having to have subtitles to watch anything, you are missing out on at least half of the movie, okay? At least half of the movie. Who qualified for December debate?
Here we go. We have Biden, Sanders, Warren, Buttigieg, I don't fucking know, Buddy Guy, Harris, Klobuchar,
yep,
and that is it for now.
Who do you think is going to drop out next?
I think looking at funding is really important for that. I don't know how much money all of these candidates have on hand. Is there like an easy thing where you can look and see how much cash on hand these guys have?
Yeah, I think it's called opensecrets.org.
And it'll actually tell you. Wait.
Yeah, they do a lot of campaign funding stuff. I'm looking it up for you.
Okay. Majority Report and Hasan have been shitting on Mayor Pete real hard. What's up with that? Anybody that supports Bernie will shit on anybody that starts to pass him in the polls super hard. So there's like a lot of people that are massively shitting on Pete recently because he's been climbing in the polls. Pete is like poised to do really well in Iowa right now, which is surprising. Like over the past like month or two, like they've put a lot of work into campaigning in Iowa. I think Pete is hoping to like get like a huge surge of support after Iowa, so they've been banking a lot on that state. Biden, Warren, and Sanders are sitting at third right here. This is the Iowa. This is what's polling right now for Iowa right now. Who's got? Give me a quick list for cash on hand, boys. I think Beto O'Rourke. I think that was the reason why he dropped, is because he just ran out of money.
So I can only do them one at a time here. So Sanders is not raised $73 million and spent $40 million, so he's at $33 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yang has raised 15 and spent 8 of it, so he's at $7 million. Warren has raised 60 and spent 34, so she's at $26 million left.
I don't think none of those top 4 are dropping. Buttigieg, Biden, Warren, Sanders. These guys aren't going anywhere. I think Kamala Harris, I think, was doing pretty decent, and I think Pete, or I already mentioned Pete in that. I think we're doing decent for fundraising.
Harris is at 36 total with 25 spent, so she's got $9 million left.
Steyer could stay in, I guess, as long as he wants. If he's a literal billionaire, I don't know how much.
Got $1.6 billion, and he's spent $300 million of it thus far.
Wait, $300 million already spent for him?
That's what Sanders said, or someone said something about $300 million, and I sort of glossed over that detail without thinking about it too much, but that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially for so like early on, I guess.
Maybe there was an extra zero in there and I misheard it. Maybe it's supposed to be $30 million. I don't know. Gabardi has raised 9 and spent 6.86 of it. So she's got 2 million in the bank.
Oh, somebody's got a big one. Updated on September 30th.
Stayer has spent 47 million and raised 49. Who am I missing here?
So, who do you guys like the most?
Who do I like in terms of policies? Honestly, I just haven't dug enough into policies to really have a favorite yet. I kind of like move towards Bernie or Elizabeth Warren just because I think having a candidate quite a bit to the left of me is probably better since things move so far to the right. But Bernie and Warren have both said things that I have major disagreements with.
Well, let's also remember that what they want to do, they're going to get like 5% of it done. Right?
Well, not even,
so
I'm aware of that
left
too.
Stuff they won't even touch.
But like Bernie, for instance, seems clueless, absolutely clueless on foreign policy. Elizabeth Warren doesn't seem to have a way to pay for anything. A lot of the tax proposals she's given are highly fantastical. To be fair, I haven't dug into her wealth tax. Apparently, she's tried to account for all the failures of wealth taxes in Europe, which are incredibly hard to levy. Maybe she has a way of doing that better. I'm not a big fan of the axing all private healthcare. That just seems like such a horrible battle in the general. It just seems the optics on that are just fucking disastrous, I think. Abandoning like the idea, like public option seems so much more politically palatable than axing all the private care. So I feel like Sanders and Warren are gonna have a lot of trouble with that in the general. Biden legitimately feels like he's falling apart mentally. I don't know if he can make it through an election cycle. Pete's a good speaker. He's got a lot of problems with his mayor shit and that police chief stuff. His history there. He's also super young. I don't know what kind of history he has that makes him a strong candidate for president. Booker is well-spoken, but not that popular. Harris, I don't know. Fuck. Steyer's never going anywhere. As a billionaire, there's no way he gets anywhere through the election. Yang is a good meme, I guess.
I don't know if Yang's ever really going to get anywhere, but I would like to see him as a VP or as in some sort of position in an administration, because he's got some young man's views on tech that these old people just are so far behind on, and someone who at least understands what the fuck is going on in there somewhere.
Can we talk about this real quick? So just so we're all on the up and up, I absolutely am 100% unequivocally disavow anybody that files fake DMCAs. I don't think it's funny. I'm not gonna like laugh and say don't do it, guys, but do it. I think that's like a really bad thing to do. I don't know if one of you guys actually did it. It seems a little suspect that Mike and Bad Bunny were the only people that got hit by DMCAs. It's possible that it's because they were streaming in the politics section and that's why they got caught, because everybody else was streaming in the just chatting section. I'm not 100% sure.
Do you think someone did it from your community?
I don't know, but the problem is that Mike, who has no responsibility for his community, is literally just accusing mine of doing it, which sucks because now his community is going to try to file false DMCAs against me, because that's what he's doing, is he's riling up his base to do it against me, which is really irritating.
And he should know that, like,
he should, but he's
knowing that.
Yeah, but he's a spineless, sniveling fucking coward, so he's not going to take any responsibility. But like his evidence is literally, hey guys, I got false claimed by DGG, not NBC, in case you were wondering, as did Bad Bunny. And I think his evidence for this is look at the tweet responses. That was his evidence for that. Yeah, he said look at the responses to my tweet. That's how he knew it was Destiny.gg that did it.
All right, well, first of all, there's easy solution. So Mike, if you're watching this, which you're sure, just do a counterclaim.
Yeah.
They're not going to respond to it, and as a result of that, I mean, yes, it sucks that you got banned for a day or whatever it is, but like it'll get completely wiped from your thing and it won't count as DMCA. That's it. And Twitch has to respect that, because if they don't respect counterclaims, they lose their entire DMCA protection. So there you go. It sucks. If anyone here did it, that's stupid, and you shouldn't, though, for the same reason. We don't want your people coming at us.
I don't want to talk about DMCA much because I'm going to get triggered at how fucking stupid all of these fucking people are. Hey, Twitch is pointing out Twitch. You just banned Mike from PA and me, both Twitch partners. Like, that matters, dude. There's like fucking, what is it, like 20,000 Twitch partners now? You're not important just because you have partnership. Because a troll abused your DMCA reporting system. There's no claimant listed. That's not true. You have to list yourself as a claimant in order to file DMCA. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know why you're pretending to. This is a random Gmail account. Is this really your system? Yeah, if you file a DMCA, I don't think there's an onus on the broadcasting website to verify the DMCA claimant. When you file that takedown, generally you have to sign a not an affidavit, but you have to sign a what do you call the thing that you sign under perjury? You have to sign a
Wait, what are you talking about?
You have to sign like a sworn statement when you file a DMCA saying that this information is me.
I sign under penalty of perjury that the above is correct. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why is the claimant area blank? It's possible that Twitch just doesn't forward the information, but I mean, you have to fill it out to file a DMCA.
The best part is Albrel like responding there, like every report is looked over by a system. Like, dude, there's no like, you just have to do it. You can't not do it. Like, this one looks a little fishy. Let's skip it. And then it turns out to be real, and then Twitch is on the fucking hook for like, all that whatever that costs.
Twitch doesn't care about pay, money, Webby. They don't give a shit about bonus. Yeah, all you have to do is file a counterclaim. That's all you have to do. Affidavit. Yeah, I wondered if maybe affidavit. I don't know, but
we all got quadruple DMCA'd by CNN.
Right.
Some of the kill stream alt-writers reached out to me and told me they were the ones who fucking filed the claims. Yeah, and I never talked about it because I thought that it was like, I didn't want to lend credence to it. I didn't think that it was legitimate. But now, this kind of confirms it. I don't know how they got the claimant. Like, I don't know how they got the information this way, but it kind of shows that if people claim it, like, I guess they will take it seriously. No, I'm not saying it was the alt-writers. No one of the alt-right knows who the fuck Mike from PA is or who Bad Bunny is. Think about who knows who they are, and maybe they are the ones who may or may not have DMCA'd him.
Dude, I hope all these fuckers get banned and go somewhere else, dude. Let me do fucking politics alone without these fucking pieces of shit. Like, god damn it. Now when I stream any fucking thing related to debates, now I'm gonna have these dipshits fucking audiences all over my ass, like trying to false DMCA me because they think that I'm calling my community to do it. How fucking amazing that these guys have no fucking responsibility for any of their shit. Jesus Christ, dude. What a fucking joke. What happened? All of these dumb fuck lefties are implying that like my community or that I've like my community are running around DMCAing people. Which, I mean, it's possible, I guess, but like if you do it, obviously you fucking shouldn't. And I hope you get counterclaimed and fucked for it. But now, because of the way that they're framing it, now their fucking communities are going to be like relentlessly, which is actually really funny that they would accuse me of doing it after Bad Bunny's community literally bragged about getting my Twitter permanently banned. And after Alabrel himself is that, man, I almost think you guys should just fucking do it, dude. If I'm going to get fucking accused of it, then fuck. Well, no, because like, Jesus Christ, like Bad Bunny already got my fucking Twitter banned and they already bragged about it. Alabrel's talking about like mass reporting my fucking stream for this shit. Like, fuck, if you're gonna accuse me of it anyway, like, it's basically the same shit as with the fucking alt-writers. Like, fuck, if we're gonna play that game, then fuck it, right? Because now, like, so now what? Like, the next DMCA I get, I'm gonna have to be wondering if some dipshit in fucking Hasan's, like, tanky community is the one running over trying to DMCA my shit? Like, what's the reward for playing nice? Like, Jesus Christ, so fucking stupid, dude. You're 10 times their size? Not 10 times Hasan's size. Hasan is a fucking millionaire fucking streamer. Don't let him fool you with his little pretend incel bullshit act that he does to extract money out of you while he watches other people's shit on YouTube, okay? Don't do this bullshit like they're all fucking small streamers. Like, they have like a sizable portion of followers when you combine all of their bullshit online. And Hasan is just a bit as big a streamer as me, if not larger, like, especially as of recently. So no, fuck out of here with this. They're small streamers bullshit.
Like height-wise, or like how is
good one? So I'm gonna fucking give you a high five when I see you next in a video game. It should count as harassment that they are going on stream and accusing you. Nah, because they all are gonna say like they're not accusing me. They just like implied it or whatever. So if Alabrel didn't get banned for the shit that he said about how my kid should have been aborted, I seriously doubt any of these guys are gonna be banned for implying that I DMCA'd him. And I mean, I don't know if somebody should be banned for implying it, but it just, now the precedent is basically set that they have like carte blanche to DMCA my shit if they want to. DGG is literally everywhere. If you think there's not a rat in any Discord you're in, waiting for something to clip for their sensei, then you're fucking new to Twitch. It's not even just a DGG thing. Twitch drama is nothing compared to Discord drama. DGG is just the largest and most toxic of the fan bases engaging in it.
I'm actually a rat.
Fuck you. A Zerka troll?
Yeah, dude.
The funny thing is that it's kind of proven true because somebody from DGG was here to screenshot this, right? Damn.
Dude, the fucking tentacles, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Wait, what type of power structure do we actually have here? What can we get done? Oh, dude, we need to put a thing out. What company does everyone work at? Discounts?
I mean,
free nights? Let's go fucking...
Is it really that surprising? I mean, the political community it's only so big on Twitch, right? So everybody that like watches Destiny is going to be watching all the other political
not to mention that like I platformed the fuck out of a lot of these guys initially. Like I don't know how much like I'm responsible or anything, but like no, I wouldn't say that. But like I had a lot of collaboration with Hasan and a lot of our fan base was fucking shared. I had a lot of and I brought in like Mike and we talked to him a lot, so it's not surprising that like a lot of fans are kind of intermingled.
Does Hasan really want to open a Pandora's box of filing DMCA on people's stream when his
yeah, I would say that.
Content is all about reacting to other copyrighted videos on YouTube. Pepe.
It's complicated. Basically, a lot of people got really mad whenever I would criticize Hasan's political positions on anything because they say that it's his job and I just do it as a hobby and it's not right for me to like just say something that's I disagree with something, that I need to put in more time to do it. So I spent like a day like researching one of his videos that he put out about Kamala Harris, and then I tried to argue with him over the video because I thought almost every single thing he included was incorrect or grossly exaggerated. And we basically like had a massive uproar after that conversation where people were basically, Hasan fucking hated me. And then all of the people on the left started to basically throw out, as soon as basically like, there's like a case, it's like break in case of like Destiny debate, where if you have an argument with me and you feel like you got ass blasted, you pull out like all of these stupid comments like, oh, Destiny, you're the Ben Shapiro of the left. Destiny, you just gish gallop. Destiny, you just use dirty debate tactics. Destiny, you just scream over. And like basically all of those insults came out, and it's like, okay, well, the whole conversation has fallen apart. And then basically, yeah. And then afterwards, me and Hasan were almost kind of rebuilding. I gave him a big hug at TwitchCon. It seemed like we were kind of being nice to each other on Twitter and Instagram. I liked some of his pictures and all that shit, and we were pretty cool. But then during the whole N-word manifesto debate drama, Hasan decided to pull a fucking Brittany Venti and jump into a fucking call, thinking he could dogpile me with two other dumb fucks. And then he ended up getting his ass fucking served to him on a fucking platter. And then he got insanely ass-pained afterwards, slammed his fucking computer desk like a raging fucking frat chad. And then now he fucking hates me again. And that's basically where we're at.
It was worth it for the meme.
That's basically where our relationship is at right now.
I don't know if it was. I should have never brought him in, dude. I know Dusty said it was totally chill, but like...
Well, because I don't care. I'm all cool with it. I don't care who talks.
I know you don't care, but I care.
Oh, well, way to go.
Not about you, but about my fucking platform.
Oh. What happened if you were calling Sundays? I keep having like sponsorship that's like ends up getting scheduled, or some plan that gets scheduled on a Sunday. Also, most of your questions suck, guys. You guys just all want to debate over like veganism. So Destiny, so I just wanted to talk to you. So like I had this thought about like when a fetus is actually a life, and you know, because it's conscious, right, dude? And then you end up repeating the same things I've heard like a million times.
Wait, do you value human life in general?
Fuck no. Honest to God, I think I'm pro-choice now. I actually had a dream, and I think it changed my opinion on it.
Tell us about your dream.
Fuck, hold on. Well, but it also means I think you can kill sleeping people, and it's not immoral either, so... Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, wait, true. I know what you're talking about.
Wait, so you're pro-life?
Yeah, I was. Not necessarily pro-life, I just thought that, like... killing like fetus. So the problem came down to like when do you consider like a human life, and it seems like you kind of have to consider a fetus like a human life.
Why can't you consider like consciousness?
Because like there are moments of life where you don't have consciousness, or it seems weird.
Babies not conscious until they're like a couple months old.
Don't.
Like,
you fool! Sorry.
Like,
Sorry, I just had a
sneeze.
sneeze.
Know what's going on? Babies just shit themselves all the time.
No, there's still, you know, there's
So
still
do
like
you,
basic
apparently.
levels of awareness.
Damn.
I shit myself one time, bro.
Wait, what the fuck?
I had food poisoning.
Oh.
And I shit in my bed.
Jesus Christ, did you
It
fucking...
was like 6 months ago.
Thanks for telling me that one.
Is your assumption, Steve, based on the fact that the sleeping person wouldn't feel pain? Or do you know that that's the case?
Yeah, so here's the dream that I had, okay? This is really fucking weird, okay? But I had a dream that we all lived in this massively stormy city with skyscrapers, okay? And like it had been storming or tsunamiing or something, I guess, for like so fucking long that like the whole city was perpetually flooded and everybody lived in buildings. And there was like a group of like people that had like, I guess like Saiyan power, like we could fly and all that shit. And we were tasked with, basically what we were doing is as the floodwaters rose, we had to move like our little civilizations. There was like a mini civilization that lived in like every single building. We had to move our civilizations up a floor every time like the floodwaters would rise. But the problem is that as we moved up floors, we would lose like farming like plants and everything. So we'd have to kill some people before we moved the floors. So the agreement is that we would move like all of the people during the night. But what we would do is, if we didn't have enough room for so many people, we would kill like all the people that we couldn't fit at night. But literally nobody had a problem with this because like the society would basically say like, well, if you're killing us while we're sleeping, like who cares? Like we would kill them instantly. We'd like cut their heads off or whatever, and they would die like
it wasn't your fault.
They would die like literally instantly, and that was basically like the whole thing. Like initially, I think I tried to argue with somebody. I was like, hey, we can't kill them. Like that's fucked up. And they're like, well, if we don't kill them by beheading them, then they're either going to starve to death or drown. And there's nothing really wrong with killing them by like killing them instantly in their sleep because it's not like they feel any pain and they're dead. So it's not like they matter afterwards or anything. And like, yeah, I don't know. After I woke up from that, I don't know. It really made me think.
First off, you have dank as fuck dreams. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, sometimes I have very, very, very like intricate dreams. I don't know why.
Second off, wouldn't that not work though? Because you're going to cause pain for the people who knew that person, right? And that's something you can't end. And then
the society seems like they don't care about emotions too much.
Well, no. The society accepted it because they'd rather them die like that rather than them like drowning. So they were okay with it. But like literally.
Wait, how did you choose her to die?
I don't know what the choices were. They would just kill people. I don't think there was like a criterion applied. But what you just said though, like, do you see the problem? Like, you're basically saying the only reason any of those lives are worth anything is because it'll make other people upset. Like the people themselves dying, like it's not a big deal. It's that other people around them might get upset. So the lives themselves are intrinsically worthless.
Well, it's under the big assumption that the person who is getting killed doesn't have residual pain, and I guess we don't know if that's the case or not.
Oh, but they're dead. What residual pain can they have? Well, I mean, unless like their soul is hurt or something.
Well, no, I mean like you just don't know, right?
No, what?
If there's pain after death, like
I mean, I would assume not. I'm not religious, like.
Well, exactly. I'm not either. It's a meme question, but you don't know the answer. So how can you, without knowing what happens after death, how can you do that?
How would there ever?
If you can't know, it's kind of meaningless to even ask or consider at that point.
Well, no, that's not the case. Like, we know things.
No, we can't know anything about what happens after death, so it's not worth.
They would die eventually anyways. They were gonna die from drowning or starving anyways.
So, like, why would I risk, like, a painful, like, real-life death for some weird metaphysical thing that we have no way of knowing anything about? Like, it's not worth.
There was something I was gonna make, like an argument that had to do with consciousness and stuff like that. And yeah, like, I mean, for me personally, the line, I guess, for me, it's not even a matter of like, oh, it's a human life or not. It's like kind of similar. It's like, can it feel pain? And does it have like what I would use prolonged consciousness, right? So like the ability to like have like prolonged consciousness, and there's just like to a certain point in time where the fetus can't feel any pain and doesn't really have like even the beginnings of a consciousness really developed. And then I would use that argument and say like that's why it's morally justifiable to like kill vegetables, right? Because they're basically dead to begin with.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you think about quad amputees?
Nice. Going
right.
Stop.
I mean, no arms and no legs. What type of quality of life are they really gonna live, you know?
Well, I mean, they're people still, so it's kind of up to them to choose, no?
Well, maybe they can't kill themselves because they don't have arms.
Wow.
But you didn't think of that one.
Nice one.
Couldn't you just like fall over hard enough on your head?
Is that how that
fall
works?
Over? Just fall over, idiot. Pixie, would you fucking amputee?
The person sleeping is just as helpless as a fetus while changing stance. Oh yeah, but that's kind of what I'm wondering. I don't know, like, why would it be immoral to kill a sleeping person? Like, I'm not really sure. Like, if somebody walked up and killed me while I was asleep, like, I wouldn't know the fucking difference. Like, it doesn't really mess with me at all, right? Like, I'm dead. I don't know.
You'd just be dead.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's a really hard one.
We don't like live our life on like potentiality or with like things that we absolutely have no evidence for, right? So the whole thing about prolonged consciousness is not just like, oh.
I disagree, actually. I think we do potential life quite a bit. I'm going to use a hyperbolic example, but let's say, for instance, we had to choose between saving the life of a 5-year-old versus the life of an 85-year-old. I think most people would agree that saving the life of the 5-year-old is better because they have more life to live, no?
Yeah, I'm not saying that like we can't have hypothetical scenarios, right? I'm saying that like, saying like, oh, you should still keep to term because like you might end up having like a child or whatever, doesn't make much sense because like, you know, you can also have a miscarriage, you can die in the process, etc., etc. Like I can theoretically become president of the world, president of the United States one day. That doesn't mean I'm going to start acting as if I am at this moment, right? So we take into account our current circumstances as well.
I don't know if they're just hypotheticals though. Even in like emergency scenarios, don't we normally like prioritize women and children?
Or well, that's a little bit of a meme, but less meme would be like for organ transplants. Like these typically go to like healthier people rather than like, you know, like we're gonna transplant an organ into like a guy with type 2 diabetes, 65 years old, smoker, right?
But then that just goes back to like the reason why we make these choices is not just potentiality, but also like the evidence we've gathered like from beforehand, I guess, right? So for example, when it comes to like the whole fetus thing, there's no evidence of like consciousness like before a certain point in time.
Yeah, but the question is like, why does consciousness endow you with worth for human life? Like, why is that the important?
Oh, I guess when you break it down.
So
like that,
what you're saying is if someone's asleep, it's okay to kill them.
Well, no, because we have evidence of like previous consciousness, right? So we know that like when they wake up, they're going to continue having consciousness.
Yeah, but why does
when the baby's born, it's gonna have consciousness?
Yeah, we know that like a baby will get it. Like, why does previous consciousness matter here? Like, all of it seems to like go back to really.
And also, only like what 20% of pregnancies end in miscarriage.
Well, probably more than that. So, are you saying, Pixie?
It's 20%.
Well, there's like I haven't like thought these arguments like super duper extra through. But I would also then make an argument like you're not like fully unconscious when you're asleep, right? Like your brain is still functioning.
Sure, but like I mean, like if you were to kill somebody instantly while they were asleep, I mean, like assuming they're not having like a painful dream, like more or less, like.
Well, yeah, no, their brain is still working, right? It's still like processing thoughts. It's having dreams and stuff. So I guess like it's not consciousness in the definition of like being awake, but it's consciousness in the fact that like I guess like your brain is still able to like process.
Yeah, but like stuff. A fetus's brain, like probably from the moment of conception, is processing something, right?
Well, not exactly, right? Because like from the moment of conception, like.
So at what point do they start processing things then?
Like I guess the most closest thing we have to now, or from our knowledge, I think it's 3 months in that we would be like, oh no, they're starting to develop that type of like basic brain function.
Well, yeah, but at that point we're talking about like conscious experiences, not just processing something, right? Like we're talking about like a specific process, I think.
Yeah, so I'm totally butchering, whatever the word is, definitions right now. So you're gonna have to like give me a day or two to figure out the right words because
yeah, sure.
I'm totally mixing them up. But yeah, I guess like what I'm trying to say is like basic brain function is I guess like what's kind of like necessary to endow a person with like consciousness, right?
Babies can't even talk though. Like they're kind of stupid. Does that mean we can just like kill them?
That's not what we're talking about.
They are though.
But being stupid isn't a reason to kill somebody.
They can't even like see that good.
Extending the kill while asleep logic. If you had a roofie that 100% guaranteed the victim would never know you raped them, would drugging and raping them be immoral? Bonus meme, fuck blue names Pepe laugh.
I don't know, I guess the problem is it seems like we only evaluate actions as being moral or immoral if you do it on somebody that's alive. So I mean, I guess if you kill somebody that's living, we would say that at the, I don't know, I have to think about it all, I'm not sure.
I don't know, there's a lot of taboo things that go into
I don't care, but I don't believe in any of that shit. I don't give a fuck about a corpse. You wouldn't care what happens with your son's corpse? Not really, but I mean, like, even if we do say we care about what happens to corpses, it's really, we only really care in that they're like possessions of other people, right? Like the actual person who was the corpse is not really considered at that point. Corpses are like basically, like I view like a corpse is basically like part of an estate. So like if somebody dies, then the person that inherits their estate inherits the corpse. Like the corpse itself doesn't get any like legal value or I don't think any like moral consideration or whatever anymore.
What if they will something to be done with their body before death?
I would argue that things like wills are only important insofar as like we want the people that currently exist in society to feel like they have like some meaning after death.
I mean, I think it just goes back to like we value what people want in general, right? And even though it's not always a priority, it's something we still take into consideration in our society. So a will is basically a person's like last wants, and they directly affect like the well-beings of others. So I think like that matters in that sense, right? Or
yeah, it can to you. I don't care about that shit. I think you should just motivate people to have happy lives and all that shit. And if you feel like your will is going to be respected after your death, then you're probably more likely to like live a happier life as a result, would be what I would say.
So you would still argue in favor for wills in general, though?
Yeah, of course.
If, like,
otherwise,
yeah,
like,
so,
everybody
like,
that was like...
if,
Sorry, go on.
yeah, I was gonna be like, so to you, it still wouldn't be okay, though, if somebody had a will and then the will wasn't followed through, though, right?
Yeah, I guess, because like the worry would be like, well, if you're not going to follow his will, maybe you won't follow my will. And then everybody would feel like post-death or posthumous things weren't respected, which would probably lead to a lot of bad things happening in society for like already living people.
How would this theory work if under like solipsism
Yeah.
or like hive mind type stuff?
So I don't know how either of those apply here. So solipsism is the idea that we can't like independently affirm somebody else's conscious experience. We don't know if anybody else has one. How does that impact this?
Okay, so the idea being that essentially by you killing someone, or sorry, if you getting killed, you're the only real person, essentially. So you don't want to be killed. And then the hive mind being the idea that we have a shared consciousness across all people, and so that by killing someone else, you're actually giving yourself pain to a certain extent.
Well, I don't think even if there was a shared consciousness through all people, like, you wouldn't be damaging yourself by killing said consciousness, right? Like, just because if you're a part of some emergent property, like, none of the underlying things, I don't think, identify as part of the emergent thing. So, for instance, like, your hippocampus or your amygdala, or your prefrontal cortex, like, none of these things are a person. None of these things have the feeling or sensation of being a person. At least I don't think they do. I guess I can't really know that, but it doesn't seem like it. Do you know what crypto fascism?
That she's that stupid?
Wait, what do you think crypto fascism is? What do you think that means?
Wait, you actually think she was too